First thing you want to have is either peat moss or coco coir. And if you're not familiar with that, you can find it at your local stores. But you want 50% of your mix to be peat moss, or it's called coco coir. And if you've done a lot of farming, you have probably heard of this. And if you haven't, then it might be new to you. It was new to me when I first started, but you can find this at a feed store, at any place you can normally buy raw materials. So you can find it there. Peat moss, the benefit of peat moss is it's slightly acidic. So it's gonna have a little more acid to it, okay? So the good thing about that is if you have plants that are naturally acidic and you know this, maybe you are familiar enough to know, hey, my blueberries like something more acidic, then peat moss is a great base for you, 50% peat moss. If you're not really sure if it's more acidic, then they're just growing regular plants, maybe some vegetables, or you have a mix of plants going into this container or raised bed, then you might want to go with the coco coir. It's a little bit less acidic, so it's got less acid to it, okay? And that's the difference between the two of them as far as functionality and what you might need. Your coco coir is more of a pH neutral. Okay, so it doesn't have the acid to it. pH neutral is what the key of the coco coir. They both are going to provide moisture retention and aeration. So that's important. We need to have that. So your moisture retention, meaning it's going to hold water that when you do water them, obviously it's going to hold that in, and it's not going to hold too much water though. And that's also important. And we have some other things we're going to add to help with make sure there's not too much water. Because the key a lot of times with most of our plants is overwatering or underwatering. Those are like the two biggest things that happen with plants that cause problems. So that's key. So again, number one, we want 50% peat moss or coco coir. Okay. Your second ingredient that you want to have in this mix is mushroom compost.